about your code, ain't no fitting in. I take a punk nigga bitch and go get it in. All gang bang, got pimp whores, I'm gon' stack chips. Mom was a nerd, that's a crip, I'm a smart pimp. I got a smart mouth with the Glock, like to start shit. Shot my first gun when I was 12, got it from Marvin. That's a true story, picked it up by Bob's Market. I was robbing niggas for their lunch money, leave them starved. Kicked the bitch out the crib, cause her nigga kept on calling. Pussy niggas kept on hating, me and mines kept on balling. Damn, bro, had to catch the boy from falling. Perfect health, walk inside that doctor's office, start coughing. Said, you know, I got Somali in mind, so it ain't no sleep. And Brody had to drop on the plug, you know it's so sweet. Let 40 do the scouting, I'ma sit out for a whole week. I said that I'ma feed all my dogs, just know we gon' eat. Bet I feed all my niggas with the scamming, bring me a whales. 20,000 over here, 20,000 over there. Blow it all, that sax fifth, I don't really fucking care. Just got a fresh op pack, finna put it in the air. If the bitch don't come with money, I don't really fucking care. Big Z got the Glock, pussy nigga be aware. She just bought me 20K, I swear this bitch don't ever fail. Having green, tan, and white, I be beating up the scale. If I'm Zion, them packs, little nigga, not no mail. Sell that pussy to the world, little bitch, I won't tell. I let my bitch shoot the Glock, cause I know she never tell. I done took some life lessons, I ain't never took no L's. I poured a 4 inside of soda, got me slower than a snail. When you was busy in them classes, I was breaking down a bill. Put a pound on that bitch, it was jumping off the scale. I'ma get money, nigga, I ain't turning down a sale. I'm finna pull up, hop out with gang, and we gon' park shit. Get from around here, we don't tolerate no mark shit. The bitch think I love her, think again. Like go fish, if I die tomorrow, I'm a legend. Like Will Smith, 6'5" snake pit kid, got a kill switch. We finna take over the whole world, you gotta deal with it. Bitch, I'm from the top, you know it's family, don't need no friends. Connected on Indina, I got killers on the low end. Told Leafy if it's problems, I got them, pull up with choppers. Ain't no Gerber out this whip, we bouncing out to do it proper. Soak the game up like a sponge, I heard his knowledge, then his power. Told him pay me by the minute, I'll be gone within an hour. I don't want that little bitch, I heard that little slut a liar. I need more than just a pussy, I need money and a power.
Oh shit, I ain't got glasses on, huh? Hold on, let me put some glasses on. I really don't. Damn. I be feeling blind without glasses on. Shit, these motherfuckers is dirty. What's cracking, everybody, man? It's your player partner, host of the most, your country cousin, Sir Winnie the Bish. And yeah, you're not looking at nothing weird. Don't adjust your screen. I cut the locks off, people. I cut the locks off. I did. Just a little restart. You feel what I'm saying? I want to be able to grow the entire head of hair out instead of just having like the top part. So that's what this is for. So, but I like it, man. I'm back to you know what I'm saying, rocking the fade like I did back when I was a little young bull. You know what I'm saying, a young bull. But with that being said, man, I love you all, man. I hope you all had a great holiday season. We've been doing all right over here on this end. I don't need the headphones. We've been doing all right over here, bro. This is just like What's Happening with Winnie, the podcast, season 2. The Intrelude is what this is. This is kind of just like giving you guys, the community, my family, my friends, the people who listen, giving you guys kind of like a quick insight on what's been happening, what's going to continue to happen, what's going to continue to happen moving forward, and some goals that I have for myself as a podcast host, as a golfer, you know, as a streamer, and as a family man, and all things of that nature. So, and then also we're going to chit chat a little bit about some sports because today was Black Monday. We also had the national championship today. We also had the national championship today. So, a lot of shit, a lot of things, a lot of good things happening. So, but with all that being said, first, let me get this out the way. I love you all. Make sure that you tell someone that you love them. These times are getting weird. It's getting crazy out here. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that, you know, you're tuning in to people. What is this? Is it saying that, like, some shit's way too... This shit used to be green. I don't know why this shit's red right now. And that's kind of throwing me for a loop. I don't like that. I'm only using 7% of my CPU, though. That's crazy. But, so, what order can we go in? I usually have this shit, like, written out. I actually got a list of the things that I want to talk about when I talk about sports. But I usually have all this stuff written out because I'm not doing it live, so I have a chance to, like, stop, edit, cut, and shit like that. So this being The first time we do this shit, just chit-chatting, it's going to be a little bit different. But usually what we talk about on What's Happening with Winnie, for the people who are just tuning in for the first time, What's Happening with Winnie is kind of, it started off as a golf podcast where I was just talking about, recent events in golf and things of that nature. And then it transformed from that to being more of a platform where I can give love to some of the homies and shout them out. I have plans in the future with this podcast to get some of the streamers on now. I've kind of recently linked up with a dope ass community of black streamers, and I think they all know each other, outside the video game world, because they be riding for each other, and it's a beautiful thing to see. Really dope community sense that they have going on there. Also, I want to have more artists on the channel, more rappers, artists, things of that nature, painters, other podcast hosts, shit like that. So I want to be able to build the brand more with that. I want to be able to have some sponsors moving forward, and I think that's where I gotta kind of tap back into that golf realm a lot more, because high key golf is what made me. Not gonna lie, streaming was pretty cool. Streaming over on Twitch was pretty cool. I also switched over to YouTube streaming for my gaming and stuff like that. So that's a completely different aspect of trying to build followers and a fanhood over there. But it happens, you feel what I'm saying? And it's enjoyable and things of that nature. So, some goals for the podcast for sure. Like I was saying, I'm sorry I reverted to streaming, but that's why we're live here, because I'm able to just stream right to YouTube, and I don't got to worry about doing no editing or uploading. At least I'm gonna try it out. But I want to be able to, have more of a branding when it comes to Honor Club Media. That's why the stream now is called The Honor Club. The Discord is, The Honor Club. And my wife is kind of dropping those dope ass logos for me. So the new one that we have, the updated one that we have, that I'm actually going to put on the YouTube here in a few, is actually super dope. It embodies everything that, that I wanted the podcast and the golf channel to be. So I appreciate my wife for doing that for me. I want to give a shout out to Bradford, Roger, Drew, and Connor. They're all doing amazing things. Those are people that I look up to in the golf realm, in the golf space. And Connor is somebody who recently posted his goal list, and this is kind of where I got my inspiration for this at. He posted his goal list of what he wanted to accomplish on the golf course, and I guess in his personal life and things like that. And I kind of got to thinking the same thing. I was like, man, what do I want to accomplish in golf, bro? Because I've been playing for 3 years now. I want to take this shit more serious. I want to be able to actually have a tour that I, broadcast to you guys on YouTube this summer, coming up this spring, this summer. That's something that I'm actually working my damnedest at, trying to get some people to come and work with me with that. So one of the goals is to break par at a course that I play once a month for, not once a month for a year, but once a month for 6 months. It's Oakway. I've played the course a lot. I know the course, so I feel comfortable saying that that's the first course I want to go to and attempt to, break par for the first time, pure par, and that's with putting and everything. And with putting, that kind of transitions over to, some cool shit. My homeboy, Kenny, if you listen to the podcast, I haven't got the video up yet. Fucking keeps blowing my mind. But Kenny Spuds from Idaho, artist out here in Oregon, super dope dude. And his family owns a golf course, or putting, I think a golf course or driving range, something like that. And he got me this very speed putting system, which is fucking lit. On the back here, it kind of shows you like right here, like what the putting surface looks like, and if you're putting this way or this way or this way, left to right, left to right, or whatever, it shows the different speeds. So this one has 4 different speeds. Ow. The fastest speed stemps at 13, which is the PGA Tour speed. The third fastest speed stemps at 10, which is moderate fast surface. The second fastest speed stemps at 11, which is a very fast surface. And the slowest speed stemps at a 7.5. And there's like this little brush that goes over the mat, so you can like push it one way, push it the other way, so you can get that kind of like different degree. It shows a like ball tracer. So if you play golf, you understand how like important that one simple thing is. And it also has a custom brake wedge in there, which is just like this little magnetic piece of fiber that you can put in certain places, so you have like the different curvature from like putting surfaces. So like if you want to actually practice this certain degree break, pardon me, you'll be able to do that with the with the thing. With the very speed. So shout out to my boy Kenny for that. The episode should be up soon, bro. I promise you, it's gonna be up soon. I promise. I want to be able to consistently hit the ball. Ball striking is something that I truly want to be good at. So I want to be able to actually get the ball to where it's supposed to go without like hitting one far right straight and then over the top and then another one coming back that's super short. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to get that distance training in. And I think with that comes with investing more money into, better golf equipment, at least better wedges and things like that, which kind of leads me to the other half of the goals that I have. Golf is a very expensive sport. And me and my wife are, we've been together for 5 years. I think it's about time we got a house. We stopped living in apartments, so you guys will be able to see a for sure background. I'll be able to mount cameras everywhere, so because it'll be my home. Our home, a safe place, a safe haven. So that's something that I'm doing in my personal life with my actual job. And hopefully with you guys wanting to buy some of the merch that I do have coming, I'm just going to post images of what they could be, and you guys can order them if you want them. I'm not going to just have a whole stockpile of this shit, because I don't want to waste money and see money burning by just looking at t-shirts. So I'm going to have it to where you guys can just like hit me up and be like, yo, Winnie, I think this shirt is pretty dope. Can I have it in white? I think this shirt is pretty dope. Can I have it in black? Like one of those things. So yeah, that's like kind of where I'm at with that. So like financially with my family, I want to be able to. Am I dropping frames? Hold on. Okay, so I guess I am, but I'm not. So whatever. Um, but yeah, get it to where what I'm saying, like me and my family are financially stable. I can buy a car, I can buy a house, and then that makes streaming and golfing more of a priority. You see what I'm saying? So then the content here gets better because I have, the means to just kick it at the crib and play games with the homies on the very East Coast, or play games with the homie who lives in Australia, shit like that. Shit like that. You feel me? And then, honestly, I think again to dive back into the goals that I have for golf, I really want to have a sponsor. I want to get to a point on my social media where I've put in enough sweat equity by making videos, making content, whether it be me putting here at the house, me driving, hitting balls at the driving range, me actually golfing, me doing the tour thing. I actually want to have a legit company, or not even a legit company, a company that's a startup company, a black-owned company that's like, yo, we want to give you t-shirts, we want to give you some merch so you can rock while you're, gaming, or while you're streaming, or while you're doing your podcasting, or while you're golfing. And we build a natural relationship to where they help facilitate things for me that normally wouldn't happen. Like going to golf courses that must have looking nice, going to golf courses that I normally wouldn't be invited to because they have like a plug, or because they call in and say like, hey, we want this to happen. I think that's only happened twice. It was an amazing feeling, but it wasn't my own and of my own doing, and I kind of want to have it be of my own doing from from this point on. You feel what I'm saying? I want to be able to build this golf regime, and that side of the Honor Club brand a bit more. Like I said, I have a logo, then I'm end up putting up there in the corner that we have over here in the left, instead of the owl, we'll have the actual Honor Club logo. We're gonna get new banners here for the stream. So not banners, excuse me, borders. So the stream is gonna look completely different. This schedule that's here is gonna actually change as well, because again, work life kind of has to push the stream life back some. I'm trying to get music that is just for me for the stream, so I don't get DMCA. So once we hit, the subscriber point and the viewer points, all that YouTube love starts to come to us. You feel what I'm saying? With that being said, I think that is the part of what's happening with Winnie that I kind of wanted to get out, just to show like my love and my support, and kind of like more of a candid view of what I want as, what I'm saying, your cousin, you feel me? Because this, I think I'm taking this year a bit more serious than I did the last few. Coronavirus kind of did fuck up a lot, and it kind of got me a bit lazy, I would say. So now it's time to get back to the type of time that we usually on. And with that comes, like I said, talking about golf more on the podcast, golfing more on the podcast, and bringing in a few more sports aspects. So give me 1 second. We're just gonna hit y'all with the burb screen. I'm gonna pause this, and I'm going to go get my notes, and we're going to talk about some of the things that happened today in sports, which is kind of crazy and kind of a lot. Black Monday's crazy. All right, so just to start off, I kind of want to, say I woke up this morning to probably some of the greatest news that I knew was coming, but I really just was waiting to hear. I thought it was going to come a bit early, but came right on time. Goodbye, Nagy. It's been nice. Hope you find your paradise. Straight up, the Bears officially fired Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace as the head coach GM duo. They kind of put our team in the worst position when it comes to draft picks, with sacrificing a lot of our first round capital in 2 trades to get up to get Mitchell Trubisky, Khalil Mack. That was 2 trades right there. So our third trade would be the Justin Fields trade as well. We have not seen much from Justin Fields, and maybe that is a scheme thing. I really didn't think that Matt Nagy was a good play caller when we first got him, when we initially got him. Our defense has always been the heart and soul of the Chicago Bears. Excuse me. So our defense kind of won most of our games for us, but he hasn't done much to where he deserved to get the extension or even to get any type of love. Neither did Ryan Pace. And I think that whoever comes in as the head coach and GM combo, I hope that they can get us back to a position of contention in the playoffs, deep playoff runs. I think a lot of people say, football is better when this team or that team, or basketball is better when this team or that team. And I truly feel like when the Packers and the Bears are actually a legitimate rivalry and that game is going live and those games are going hard, football is better. Nobody really wants to see the NFC East in the first place. So if the NFC North can be reputable and something worth watching, just like the NFC East or West or the AFC South and stuff like that, it would make it a bit more parity. You feel what I'm saying? And we had some times where we thought we were really good and we had the recipe, and the next year we came out and just fell flat. I honestly don't know where the fuck that came from. And, as a fan, you just sit and you watch and you kind of hope that things can get better. But with the Bears, it seemed like it never truly did. And I'm happy. Cheers to you, Matt Nagy, for, the success that you did have with the Bears. What the fuck ever. I'm happy he's gone. In shocking news, my homeboy Troy, who is a Dolphins fan, got some weird news this morning as well with them firing B-Flow. And in my notes, I actually have it to where I put, is it Flow and Tua versus Greer, or is it Greer and Tua versus Tua? I was trying to research some things to see if race played any part in it, because Stephen Ross has been known to be semi-racist and stupid as fuck. So I was kind of like trying to see if that was some divine bullshit up in there. And come to find out, it's B-Flow who has been pushing out a bunch of the rumors and some of the I guess, innuendos of how he would feel like he would win more games and have more success with Deshaun Watson. He was wanting to send 4 first-round picks to Houston for Deshaun Watson. And while I'm on the phrase of saying that person's name and in this conversation, I want everybody to know who's out there watching. Here at the Honor Club, we do not support trash athletes. We don't give a fuck about trash athletes. So we won't be in support of anything Deshaun Watson. I've kind of went back and I've talked about it before, how I actually wanted him to be a Bear at a certain point and was upset and frustrated that we didn't get him. And I'm kind of glad that we didn't, because you kind of don't want a guy like that in your organization or even around people like, you don't want that to be like your quarterback. You don't want that to be anybody. I still don't see how people do it, but I'm kind of glad that he's not our quarterback at all. And that leads me into saying what I'm about to say is, like, if B-Flow ends up being the Bears, next DC or, head coach, I really wouldn't have a problem with it, because we have a mobile quarterback who likes to sit in the pocket. If you actually, like, look at his game, kind of, he wants to sit in the pocket. He just feels like he has to get out because we don't have a true offensive line. I really didn't give you guys like a pick on who I think should be the Bears coach, because I think that Brian DeBall, Greg Roman, and Byron Leftwich, and I think it's one more guy I'm missing out on, Eric Bieniemy, are going to be some names and guys that are out there that should get the job. I don't know if they will. I've been hearing a lot of Doug Peterson for both teams as well. I don't think that that's a success thought in the first place. It's really not. So yeah, that is that little spew. We're gonna move over to, I think I want to talk about the Chargers not being in the playoffs and Joe Burrow and the Bengals being in the playoffs. The success with the Bengals came when they decided to draft Jamar Chase, number 5 overall. A lot of people kind of laughed at that. I thought it was the greatest relationship you could have had for a quarterback his first year after getting injured. He's going to need a guy to play with in the first place. You know what I'm saying? He needs somebody comfortable to throw the rock to. Why not go get a guy that he, threw a lot of touchdowns with and won a national championship with? So I think that that was a great thing. I'm frustrated that the Chargers couldn't pull it out, because they would definitely be a team that is a son of a bitch to play at any point in time, but in the playoffs it would definitely give you some hell. They have the makeup for it. Brian Staley is going to get a lot of for calling that timeout. I think it was a decent play. You gotta roll with what you feel like is right. Be who you can afford to be at any given moment. You feel what I'm saying? And I think he did that, and I don't think he should second guess himself or question himself moving forward in this whole thing. But who the fuck am I to say anything? I'm a nigga sitting on my chair, and it's just a picnic chair. I make a real good drink. Golf gear comes. It's the new year. Everybody knows if he plays golf, golf gear always seems to come out literally the turn of the new year. I think the 3rd or the 4th, you start to see golf gear coming out. And won't you believe it, Rogue, The Callaway Rogue is the new quotes, the new things. They got a new driver. Shout out to the big homie Roger Steele for actually getting flown out to Hawaii to shoot that commercial. On the same day, I think it was kind of strategic on his part too, but on the same day that he and Adidas decided to part ways, he got a dope little phone call to come out to Hawaii. If you don't follow Roger Steele, you should, at Roger underscore Steele, Steele, on IG. He's a dope follower, bro. Super, super cool. He's trying to make and successfully making these, Caucasian companies sit down at the table and listen to a black man, because he is pushing the narrative of golf forward. So he definitely was out there in the Callaway Road commercial, talked about it on his IG. Couldn't show a couple things because it was for the commercial, and then the commercial comes out. A couple things out after that comes out. Another big shout out before we get back into golf gear is the big homie as well, Bradford Wilson. If you guys watched 2 episodes ago on What's Happening with Winnie the podcast, we had a part 1 and part 2 with Bradford. A wonderful talk, wonderful conversation. He's a great guy. He also is over there at Group Golf Therapy on IG, at Bradford Wilson Golf on IG. But those two guys kind of have been infiltrating golf on the spectrum of they're going to be in a lot of commercials that people watch. So during the Century tournament this weekend in Hawaii, Bradford was in a commercial for, I think, Century Insurance or Century Banking. I'm not 100% sure. But it was just amazing to see people that you converse with, that you talk to, that making it in an arena that is not necessarily fit for people who look like us. So for us to be infiltrating it at not even the core roots, but at the top, because this is Callaway, you know what I'm saying, John Ram, who else is over there? John Ram is over there. I think Tiger plays Bridgestone. Phil Mickelson is over there. It's some big names, some big champions, master champions that play the Callaway ball and wedges, and my boy Roger's on there. So shout out to you, Roger. Shout out to you, Bradford, for kind of pushing me and making this goal-driven year more of something that I want to happen, more something that I want to obtain. So now back over to the golf gear that came out. TaylorMade came out with the I think it's called the Stealth Carbon Wood driver. And I guess carbon wood is going to be their thing moving forward. Is carbon wood better than the Sim 2 Max, the Sim 2? Who knows? A lot of people are saying that they like it just because it's brand new, but the Sim 2 is still superior to it. So I've swung the Sim 2 before. I swung it last year, actually around the same time, because I was trying to go get a new driver myself. So I swung the Sim 2, amazing. So I'm gonna definitely go swing that carbon steel stealth whenever it comes here in town, as well as the Rogue. Now, something that golf is doing on the men's side that is dope, but that they're not doing on the women's side, but something that they did do on the women's side that's fucking amazing. So on the men's side, they gave Phil Mickelson the $40 million as long as he went to the Century Tournament of Champions event, and he did. So he was the player who pushed the narrative of golf forward this past year. A lot of people, including myself, Jesus Christ, I got the burps, including myself, thought it was going to be a split draw between Brooks Koepka and Bryson DeChambeau, just because their name was in the news a lot last year, with them having a beef, arguing, the whole you're rolling out of the eyes thing, and then end up playing the match type situation towards the end of the year. I kind of thought that they were strategically making that push together to do that. And I said that on episode 2 of What's Happening with Winnie on the first season. But no, it was Phil Mickelson, so shout out to the old GOAT, rocking all black sometimes. I like that about him. Also, he was in a commercial with Roger, on the road commercial for Callaway. Now, I didn't watch the Century. Not gonna cap. I just tried to watch some of the highlights, but Cam Smith won and he had a mullet, so I really wasn't trying to watch a nigga with a mullet win. With that being said, golf is going to be something that comes out a lot more on this channel. I have remaining episodes with my homeboy Buddy White, myself. I have 2-part where I'm going to kind of break down more of the emotional side, the backside of who Bishop is. But that's on, if you listen to What's Happening Winnie the podcast, you will understand a lot more of why I'm saying this. But no, so we'll have like that counseling session where I break down myself to the folk and them, to the cousins, so you guys will be able to see that. And then we'll have, hopefully I'll be able to get Dirt Squad, my homeboy C-Mad and Dirt Squad on. I'll be able to get a part 2 with my homeboy Stone, because he actually asked for it. He hit me up and was like, bro, I think we need to do another part, but we need to sit down and chop it up, because me and him have since been working on kind of building a project based around day in the life type situations with him. So that's something that me and him are going to end up getting into moving forward as well. Other than that, man, look out for the new logos coming. The new merch is going to be coming here soon. I love you all, dog. I really got these goals set, and I'm putting them out there on YouTube, and I'm putting them out there in the world because I want to be able to be held accountable. So when I watch these videos later on, I know what I told myself. I know that it's, put my real job first, so this right here becomes my real job. So streaming and gaming becomes something that's more prevalent in my life. If I can get to work at my real job and get some things working and pushed in, the family life gets set, everything gets set, then it's gaming all day, right? But other than that, man, I love you all. Make sure you tell somebody that you love them. What's Happening with Winnie the podcast is out right now. Season 2 is out on YouTube, and it's out on all of your podcast streaming platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, and Amazon. And if you just want to get it directly, go to buzzsprout.com/honorclubmedia, and you'll be able to check that out as well. I love you all, man. Make sure you tell somebody you love them. Have a good rest of your New Year. Peace. Remember to hit some goals, set some goals for yourself. Do not be afraid to accomplish. Do not be afraid to reach. Jump. Take that fucking step, because not only are people watching you, but you're watching you. And remember that, I'm sorry, I'm going off a little bit. I was just about to say goodbye, but I want you all to know, when you talk out loud to yourself, talk as if you're talking to your friends, because you talk to your friends as kind as possible, and we talk to ourselves like we're pieces of shit. So go out there and talk to yourself like you would talk to your best friend. Be kind with yourself, be supportive of yourself, and allow yourself to fail and get up a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh time.